Hi, I'm Kurt,
And I'm Justin,
and we're from Fast Tracks Motorsports and Union Bay Racing in Puyallup, Washington.
the Northwest's only full-service ATV, UTV, motocross, and snowmobile shop.
You're watching the first of a series of videos we're going to produce to help you install and utilize some of the products that we build. So sit back, grab a beer, and pay attention. Durability is behind everything we do here, and a problem that's plagued snowmobiles for a lot of years is motor mounting. So today we'd like to discuss some of the ways that you can reduce the negative effects that a poor motor mounting system can have. What I'm holding in my hands is a pair of motor mount straps off of a 2011 Polaris Pro RMK. As you can see, they are two separate straps that bolt to the bottom of your crankcase, and the motor mounts bolt to the side of all four corners of these straps. The problem with this type of design, for one, is because they are two separate straps, it allows them and their mounts to twist independently of each other, which introduces flex into the crankcase, which can definitely shorten the life of the motor. And also, because they are not all tied together, it allows all four corners of those mounts to twist and shift in your chassis, which affects your clutch alignment and takes life off the motor mount itself because it gets worked so hard. So one way to get rid of some of the problems with this style of mounting is what you see here. Now this is the FTX billet 6-mount Pro Series motor plate, and as you can see, instead of having two separate straps, now what we have is one solid plate machined out of billet aluminum. Because everything is tied together, there's no way that each mounting strap can flex independently, so it stabilizes the crankcase and adds a lot of life to the bottom end of your motor. Because we're adding two complete new additional mounts in addition to the four separate mounts that are already in your sled, it also eliminates the chance of this plate being able to twist and shift in the chassis, which adds a lot of belt life because clutch efficiency goes up. And it also adds to the performance of your sled, again, because the clutch alignment is maintained a lot better. So this is how you would receive this kit in the box at your house, and today we're going to discuss how to install it. As you can see, you'll receive a plate, two complete motor mount housing assemblies, and all the hardware and spacers and bolts necessary to do the installation. On the bench here, we have the motor out of one of our shop sleds. This is a 2011 Polaris Pro 800 motor. We've already installed. With the motor in this position, you can clearly see how easy this plate installs. It bolts right in place of your two stock motor straps using the stock bolts. You can see the general location of where one of the extra mounts would be. You can also see the detail that went into the design of this plate to allow it to be as light as possible but also strong. There are some pocketed areas, but there's some strategic walls left in here to retain the strength. If we spin it over to the opposite side, you can also see the second additional mount that we're going to be adding during the installation process. And like I say, everything about this is designed to be a real simple, easy bolt-in. It takes some time, but it's not complicated. After removing the engine from your snowmobile, you're ready to begin the installation of the FTX motor plate. Just as a quick reference, this is one of the stock motor straps, sitting roughly where it would if it were attached to the bottom of your engine. You can insert the FTX billet motor plate as an assembled unit right in place of your stock motor straps. Center everything up and wiggle it into place. And begin inserting all of the stock motor mount bolts that you pulled out when you removed your engine. A little wiggling is all it takes to align the threads. Now your FTX plate will come with a long bolt in the rear, and it gets inserted through the stock mount, the plate, and the spacer, and threads into the middle ear. Once you have all the bolts started, go ahead and grab your wrench and snug them down. Once you've snugged up the 4 motor mount bolts, take the 2 aluminum spacers that are included in the kit and insert them underneath the front motor mount. We use a center punch to help align the holes. And you do have to lift up on the mount slightly to be able to get the blocks in place. Get them roughly aligned, and we'll use a center punch tool to make sure we can get all the way down through to the bulkhead. Okay, once they're all lined up, you take your center punch tool and we'll center punch both sets of holes for the new front mount. And both sets of holes for the rear mount. The bottom one's a little tricky, but you can do it. And one thing that makes it a lot easier is if you pull the front motor mount bolts back out, and that will allow you to swivel the plate up and get your hammer underneath it.